Hey everybody, so for today's scary story, I wanted to talk about Lizzie Borden. Ironically enough, this has been the most highly suggested scary story that I talk about. I feel like everybody already knows about Lizzie Borden. Everyone knows what happened to a certain extent. Everyone knows the nursery rhyme. Lizzie was born July 19th, 1860 to Sarah and Andrew Borden. Not too long after she was born, Sarah passed away, and 3 years later, Andrew remarried to Abby Gray. Andrew Borden was very successful in the manufacturing and real estate development business. They were able to live fairly wealthy in a nice house in a nice town, and they even had hired servants. Emma is Lizzie Borden's older sister, and the two were very close. Their relationship growing up with their stepmother was not close at all. They lived together with their dad and stepmom all the way up to adulthood. The family also regularly attended their local community church. On August 4th, 1892, Lizzie reportedly found her father bludgeoned to death in the face and alerted the servant that was close by. While searching the house not too long after, they discovered the stepmother in the bedroom upstairs with the same wounds, bludgeoned to death, basically. The policeman that did show up to the call, he suspected Lizzie immediately, but she was not taken into custody. The older sister Emma had reportedly been out of town and didn't arrive till a couple days later. During the week from the murder till Lizzie was eventually arrested, during that week, supposedly Lizzie burned a dress that she said was stained with paint, but prosecutors believed that it was indeed stained with blood and she tried to cover up a crime. This is yet to be proven or disproven, it's just all speculation. On December 2nd, 1892, Lizzie was accused of the murders and taken into custody. The trials began that following June, and June 20th, 1893, was when the jury found her not guilty and no one was prosecuted for the crime. A few little facts that I found while doing my research. I have it on my tablet, so I'll be looking up and down and all that stuff. But supposedly a lot of the people in the town hated Lizzie Borden's father. And supposedly he was not a very nice man, he was kind of snobby, and you know, relationships weren't that great as far as friendships or anything goes, so he wasn't a fan amongst anybody, and supposedly a lot of people actually wanted him dead. Another interesting fact that I found about the nursery rhyme, which we all know, most of us should know, you know, Lizzie Borden took an axe, gave her mother 40 whacks, you know, how it goes. And what I found was the coroner did confirm that Abby was killed first, but by 19 blows. Andrew Borden received even fewer, about 10 or 11 blows. So the 40 and 41, they aren't really sure where that number came from. There was also no axe involved in the murders. It was actually a hatchet, but some say that hatchet and wax don't rhyme, so axe and wax. Also, another little fun fact that I found was that the actress Elizabeth Montgomery, who's the star of Bewitched, is a distant relative of Lizzie Borden. I also found 14 reasons to believe that Lizzie Borden did commit the crimes. Number one is, if not Lizzie, who? Everyone was gone. The only people that were home was Lizzie and one of the servants who was outside washing the windows. The older sister Emma was out of town, and the father, Andrew Borden, was out on business. Number two is the police found no signs of forced entry. Nothing was stolen from the house, the doors were all locked, and the Bordens always kept their house pretty locked up and tight, and no eyewitnesses saw any stranger go in or out of the house. Number three is Lizzie reportedly said that she had been downstairs during the time that her stepmother was being murdered, but she didn't report hearing anything, no noises, nothing. So if someone's getting murdered upstairs, you'd think that you'd hear something downstairs. Maybe. Number four, on August 3rd, the day before the murders, witness identified Lizzie Borden at the Smith's drugstore in Fall River, where she attempted to purchase poison and prussic acid. She explained that she needed the acid to clean the sealskin cape. The druggist refused to sell the prussic acid. Number five, on the night before the murders, Lizzie visited a neighbor, Alice Russell, and told her that she feared that some identified enemy of her father's might soon try to kill him. Number 6, Lizzie told police that she was alone in the house with her mother on the morning of the murder. A messenger came to the door with a note summoning her mother to visit a sick friend. Lizzie told people that she assumed her mother had left. Despite a thorough search of the Borden home, no such alleged note was ever found. Number 7. When the servant came back inside after having finished washing the windows around 10:30 a.m., she reported hearing a muffled laugh coming from upstairs. She assumed that it was Lizzie making the noise. Lizzie, of course, denied being upstairs during this time period between her mother's murder and her father's murder. Number 8. At the time of the murder of Andrew Borden, Lizzie claimed to have been in the loft of the backyard barn for 15 to 20 minutes, looking for lead sinkers for a fishing excursion. Police found the loft so stiffingly hot that it was difficult to believe anyone would voluntarily remain in such a place for as much as 20 minutes. They also found no footprints in the loft that would even match Lizzie's. Number 9. Lizzie had a strained relationship with her stepmother. They usually ate their meals separately. Some theorize that Lizzie resented the fact that her father transferred all Fall River property to Abby's sister rather than to her. Police noted that during her interview, Lizzie insisted that Abby be described as her stepmother and not her mother. Number 10. Although Lizzie appeared to have a somewhat better relationship with her father, there were still problems. For example, when her father beheaded pigeons in the barn for which she had built a roost for. Her father thought the pigeons attracted neighborhood boys who broke into the barns to hunt pigeons. Number 11. In the week before the murders, following an apparent family argument, Lizzie and her sister Emma left Fall River by coach for New Bedford. When Lizzie returned, she chose to stay in a rooming house for 4 days rather than in her own room in the family residence. Number 12. In 1891, cash and jewelry was stolen from the master bedroom in the Borden home. It was an open secret that Lizzie was suspected as having been a thief. Lizzie also had been accused by several local merchants of shoplifting. Number 13. After the discovery of her parents' bodies, she actually sent people who had come to help off on various errands. It seems strange that a woman would choose to remain alone in a house if she thought a murderer still would be nearby on the loose. Number 14. On August 7th, 3 days after the murder, Alice Russell observed Lizzie burning a blue corduroy dress in a kitchen fire. When asked about it, Lizzie explained that she chose to destroy the dress because it was stained with old paint. Another little bit of information. The father was worth a lot of money, and both Emma and Lizzie were afraid that their stepmother's family would actually try to gain access to the money. This story is widely popular, and especially amongst those who are paranormal seekers, ghost hunters, and even tourists who want to stay at the house, which is now a bed and breakfast. I would like to know what you guys think. Do you think she committed the murders? Do you think somebody else did? A lot of people believe that she did, but there is some speculation that the lack of evidence proves otherwise. Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next week. Bye!